And there will be, when they arrive here, they will have 3 to 5 months to go, maximum 4 months. So these heifers then, when they start calving, when you see they are just start to milk, you need an area where you have individual calving boxes. You put them in these individual calving boxes. Let's say these will be straw boxes. Let's assume you just take between the columns, make very big boxes, put 4 of these together, and so they will have, you put a lot of straw in there, and they will do the calving. When the calving is done, you remove the calf, and the calf can go to the other side of the barn.
Okay.
As you said, we have 4 quarters, and just leave the above part. You remove what you have, and you put these here, and you feed them over there. Then this animal, after the calving, she will stay here. I probably would recommend, because you have enough place, you keep this animal here for the whole colostrum phase. Colostrum phase is the first 4 to 5 days. The animal stays here. You take a small mobile bucket milking. They will start milking, and when the colostrum is over, you bring her over to the cow barn. So, and this will continue with all your heifers. So you will have the pregnant heifers here. You will have a calving area, and you will have the small hutches on the last section, all in one building.
The initial, like the first year when we are bringing all of these like new cows in, and obviously you may have a situation in one day 12 cows give birth. So you need 12 individual sections of in this.
No, you can have 1 or 2 cows in one section.
In one section.
They don't have to be individual.
Okay, so we can basically group them together and see 2, 3.
What I would recommend, either you look for a very good experienced veterinarian here, because it's going to be a first time for you. For the first calvings, for the first month, you will need somebody with a lot of experience. This is one recommendation. You can't pay enough for it. If there is a chance and he goes to Naturalizis goes to Estonia, he should ask the guy that exports the animals and say, I would like to have one of your specialists with us for 1 month, veterinarian. If you pay him €1,000 a month, it doesn't matter, but you should have one with real good experience. You have to buy some equipment, so calving equipment, everything for problems, so that your people get trained on it. This is very important. And the other aspect that I would like to mention, now I give you too much information, but check very carefully on the veterinarian status of the animals you're buying. European community is not vaccinating against a lot of the diseases you have here. So these animals that you bring to Uzbekistan needs a special vaccination that is not covered by standard procedures, even in the protocol of import. Hoof and mouth disease, anything. Just have a very good veterinarian and make a special table about vaccinations that already have to be done in quarantine over there, or latest when the animal comes here. If not, we have a lot of customers, after a month, cows are dying because they're not accustomed to your diseases. And in Europe, IBR, IBV, it's all these diseases. We are not treatment in Europe. It's not allowed by law, and you need them here. But veterinary specialist, please get one.
I mean,
Okay.
we have our own vet, but we'll see. So
let him help. So I would recommend do it all in here.
Okay. Calving, growing.
Just cut them all off, at least the bad ones. Make boxes here, just by tubes, and do it all under this roof. It's a very good building. Use it.
Okay.
If I understand right, this goes out here, and on half of the yard, you have another crossing. Probably, and this goes up there. Yeah.
Yes, but in this case, they're supposed to be two lagoons for the new herd.
Yep.
And keep them here, because this barn has been semi-used. This section is brand new, and this section is used, and we can, like, it's more like quarantine-like area for us. So yes, that's why we are planning to do it here. We're gonna remove all the equipment that is not supposed to be here, all the broken pipes and stuff, so they don't damage themselves, and install additional water troughs as well. and prepare this section for them.
Make an outside running area, please.
Yes, everything, it's outside, even remove these separators, these things,
Yeah.
and do a proper sort of
But
segregation.
even one segment should be enough.
64, and if all of them
Yeah.
arrive, 196 will arrive.
Okay, but then 1/2 is
Yes,
is good enough.
one half is, that's what we are planning to do, one half for them.
Okay. Yeah. And you would leave this one, let's say, leave this one open because there has to be some work to be done on the manure.
Yes, and I think this section, unlike the other one, doesn't have these gates to open.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be designed this way as well, I think.
Yeah.
But for now, this is
it's
how
good.
it is.
Mhm.
And then brick by
Yeah,
brick,
yeah, yeah.
they actually remove
Yeah,
it. And,
yeah.
and look at this wall. I mean, they like to break stuff. I mean, this just had a minor damage, and then they dig it up and.
Така е висота там, открита висота сейчас? Сколько, это сколько метров? 3? Или сколько там? Между стена и крыша? You know?
3 meters.
It's 3 meters high
Yes,
now.
yes.
Okay, that's very good for ventilation.
Is it not too high?
I would put the walls lower.
Lower, yeah, that's what we thought.
But then you have to put the curtain higher, and curtain systems would be 4 meters.
4 meters.
And they are quite a bit more expensive. Therefore, they decided to do a 3-meter system.
Okay.
No,
they were actually before us. This was covered with panels like this, and there were windows here as well. Like they were opening and closing. Winter time, they were closing windows and keeping all the smell and everything here.
For the start, with 3-meter curtains, you're fine because the cow have the chance to go out. In summertime, it's still good.
There's agreements in terms of feeding cows. I mean, I am in support of not giving them measured sort of weight in quantity of feed. And Abdulaziz says, no, you need to feed them at certain kilograms per day in order to, to get the mathematics right. For me, if the cow is able to eat 70 kilos a day, let them eat 70. If it's 50, it's 50. So what is the consensus on this? Is it supposed to be?
Hallo, was bist du denn für einer? Ja. Wie gut, dass du da angebunden bist. First, I would say, for your kind of and size of herd, a TMR, a total mix ration, is a recommended way to work. This means you bring the concentrates and the basic forage together in a mixer and you feed it. Then the second thing is you would try to differentiate your herd into productivity. Meaning the cow with the highest production, they will get the best feed because you would like to eat them the most, so they will get the best forage, and of course they will get as most concentrates as well. And we know if you have a cow with 35 liters, the programs know exactly how much this cow is supposed to eat. This is a formula. And so then you say I have 100 cows, and then you make your ration, and then you say this for this group. I just go for the example of 30 liters of milk. You say it's so much corn, it's so much alfalfa, it's so much whatever products you have, and this is the optimal, let's say, percentage combination of the feed to feed a cow with 30 liters of milk. For 25 it will be different, and for 20 it will be a little bit different. So then it should be so much corn, it should be so much, and then they give an estimated amount how many kilograms. But you always feed a little bit more than they actually eat.
Yes,
so you never restrict the consumption because you like to eat them the maximum. Okay. So you have a mixer and you do your ration and said, look, I need 1,500 kilograms for this group. So you feed it, and next day you see, no, there is so much left, so you adapt it a little bit. What's important is that the percentage composition stays the same, because this goes for energy and the protein, and for this should be the same. You never know what a cow really eats. You don't know.
Yes.
You know what the average cow is eating, but you will see that a good milk cow will eat more and a bad milk cow will eat less. But you always feed a group. You never feed the individual.
Yeah.
And so therefore we said you need a mixer with a weighing scale. You make your calculation and you feed the group, And then, of course, after a day, you automatically know, is anything left over? And you feed normally at least twice a day.
That's
Not less than twice a day. Because if the feed is there, if you're coming back home in the evening, you don't want your dish from the morning. It's the same for the dairy cow.
we actually practicing what you just described exactly. Only the last part is missing, that we are not slightly overfeeding them.
Yeah,
Basically,
always slightly over.
Yes, when I come in the morning,
Yeah.
the feedlot looks clean. So that's my concern, because we came out.
Give a little bit more.
Yes, that's what we are trying to. We had minor disagreements. They said no, this is how it's supposed to be. I said no, they're supposed to eat as much as they can. So 5% over is kind of a standard.
Yeah.
We remove it and then we feed them,
Perfect.
again next time. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
I suppose you have an ice water system here.
ice water and another cooler.
So
Another cooler here.
yeah. So then you cool your raw milk over here, and it just needs additional line, and that's it.
The pipes are already here for the additional line,
Ah, okay.
but it was
But then don't cool the milk over there.
just
Just the warm milk.
Send it here.
Send it here.
See. Okay, so this is another government project which has never been completed. A lot of money spent here. But it's good for us that they never used this equipment. It's brand new. Now it's outdated, but still, it's brand new.
I'm running a dairy in Samarkand, so I close to Samarkand, 6 tons per day. Okay. Alles klar? Keine Frage. Das ist Becherfüller, Joghurt, Becherbereiter, Homogenisator, Pasteur. Okay. Eiswasser, Vollmilch. Ja, okay. Wow, okay. Das sind. Okay, keine Fragen. Это немецкий?
Supposedly.
Trubatek. Oh. Окей. Друг мой. Окей. Я могу помогать всех здесь. Я думаю, что у меня все планы, все есть. Okay. Ладно. This is a processing line for, I assume, 1,000 liters per hour.
2, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
2,000. Let's check the separator. Wow.
To get a specialist, not only on equipment, but on the production itself.
I have
like,
one. Yeah.
Like with the recipes and quantities and etc., the quality control. We do not want to just enter the market. Basically, I do not want to enter the market as another producer.
Yep.
We want to become one of the highest quality, like the ones in Samarkand, in Tashkent, the big guys.
Okay.
And basically compete with them.
Yeah.
In Bukhara, we have only one milk processing plant, Latiko. I don't know if you've been there yet, no? They're quite good as well. Their farm is now well run after several years of failure. They now have a good specialist, but their milk produce is not the highest quality. It cannot compete with the same, basically, like suppliers from Tashkent or Samarkand.
Do they have their own dairy farm?
Yes. A very good operations, because it is being managed by a very good specialist.
Okay.
They produce like 23,000 liters per day. The Turkish equipment as well there. Their milking parlor and equipment is from Turkey. So they use this kind of.
I can help you on this. This is not a problem. Okay. Tvorog, masla, masla bojka. So
Cheese sometimes.
there must be, this is cheese. This is yogurt line over here, filling of yogurt. And this, I think this is a bottle filling station.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 Becher, nee, this is Stakan as well. Becherfüller. Wahnsinn.
Yeah, it's a bit short for bottle, no?
Yeah. It's for theoretically can put bottles.
Half a liter.
Yeah,
ones.
but this is better because you have the liquid, and here you can put, let's say, kind of fruits.
Yeah,
This is for fruit dosing.
I see.
Good equipment. Yeah, but this is second step
Yeah. This
because
is,
make this one run first, and then go here. I would
no,
recommend.
we know that it requires a lot of investment, a lot, because just having an equipment and milk is not.
Not enough.
It's not enough. The main thing is how to sell it, and how quickly we can sell it, because milk is being bought from us on a daily basis. We don't have to worry about how it is sold, where it goes. We just get paid,
Yeah.
we get our milk sent off. But here, it's different story, because now we are responsible for the product and we have to sell it ourselves to the market. And that is the most difficult part, even much more difficult than running a farm.
Yeah. But even though if you store, let's say you don't process your whole milk, but you have an agreement with a local dairy company and say, look, I take 2 milk, make my own products, if they agree, and you sell the rest. So you don't make the big adventure, but you go step by step. But you have, and this is what you said, this is correct, you have to have the production technology here. The product has to be top. Because if you start in a market and the product is no good,
Yes,
You're
first,
out.
The first
Yeah.
step is very important. But then going with this, let's take a safe bet and do little by little.
Yeah.
Just turning on these machines will put us out of the competition if we are not using it in a full capacity, because it runs on electricity. Electricity is extremely expensive. There is no gas at the moment. We are bringing the gas.
it needs, what is it?
It's
4
electrical.
times 9 kW? Nee.
Yeah, for
It's 4 times 9 kilowatt electric heating on the pasteurizer.
so that's what I'm saying. 4
You,
by 9,
you,
36.
you might establish a steam system, but this is already, yeah, leave it electricity. Yeah.
So running it just for a short period of time would require a lot of costs, labor, cooling, fridge, freezer, distribution, salaries. So we can't do it just, if we do it, we have to just come in and just do it.
You'll do it right.
Yes.
Don't worry. I'm very sure this is, if you can get this one working, you make this one work as well. So a good specialist, and I have one in Uzbekistan even. I could just put you in contact. That have a lot. They work on whole milk, intermilk today.
Oh, okay.
Once a cow, you don't get the cow up to 25 liters, 14 days after calving, she'll never go there. She'll never go there. She has to reach to the peak
And then,
to continue.
okay.
And I've seen Holstein freezing cows in Fergana lately. 12 liters of milk, and said because they fed them straw. Said these heifers are not giving milk, so they gave them nothing. They were calving. Later on, they were giving nothing, and said there was nothing coming out. Yeah. What do you need? You need a place for the pregnant heifers that will come, a quarantine place.
Yeah.
You will need an area for calving. This will mean these will be individual boxes where you have the veterinarian taking care. They can go in here as well. And then you will have an area where you put the hutches just under this roof. You just make a plain floor.
Okay.
You have enough place.
One roof.
One roof, you can put everything in here. There will be no problem. So if you say I put the heifers on one side, you will put calving boxes on the other side, and you put cubic.
I'm not sure why they built it this way, but I think it's for the like a clinic, I think.
Yeah.
But then they later on turned into calving and like growing these calves. So they were all in an open this area. So since we didn't have the boxes and cubicles, we decided to use what we have as a excess material and just separate them in cubicles.
That's good.
Number one, okay, problem that we have right now here is diarrhea. And I think it's not from the milk, but from the feed that we are giving them, because we are actually boiling the meat first, the milk first, to kill off any bacteria which possibly it may contain, and then cooling it and then feeding it, which I think is not the right way of doing that.
Okay. There are different types of diarrhea. There is a small test that you can actually find what kind of diarrhea you have. One is transmitted animal by animal, and the other one is just coming from whatever left over. And when you have permanently animals in the barn, you will never get rid of this diarrhea, no matter what you do. It's just not a matter of the feeding.
Okay.
So if you have diarrhea in here now, the first step, if new animals coming, you make another calving barn.
I see.
So you make sure that they don't. And then you go, if you want to have some animals here, disinfection. And then check what kind of diarrhea. There's some kind of diarrhea actually that is genetically, there is some kind of vaccination against it, but this has to be tested.
Okay.
But my experiences show clearly, once you have diarrhea in the barn, in the winter season, forget it until springtime, when you put all the calves out, clean it, you will never get rid of it. So whatever you do with the feeding.
I see.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
So what if we temporarily remove the younglings to another location, just do a good disinfections, cleaning, and then maybe then
you put you put these plastic hutches if you want, and
part of the reason why we want to build a new place because of the air circulation here, because you go in, it's a very heavy air here, very heavy, and we realize it. I mean, obviously, but
you have to assume when you step in this place and you smell something.
Yes,
the cows, it's a lot more sensible to any smell. So when you already smell the ammonium, the cow already smells it and it will go. And so if you smell it here, you know something must be wrong.
I see.
I had Kazakh president in one of our barn walking Nazarbayev. He walked in one of the barns and said, I'm in a cow barn. Yes, you're middle of the cow barn. There was no smell at all. It was one of these huge foil barns that was built. And this is the ideal way of doing.
I see.
Yeah, but diarrhea is a real challenge. Same as I mentioned with the other guys, you make one guy in charge of the feeding and take his head for it. And you take, the best thing, you take one lady in charge of the cows, and so it's like your babies.
I see. Okay.
So what I could do, I will just make a little resume this evening or tomorrow. I will send it to you, to Abdulaziz. Say, look, this is what I've seen, and then I can say, look, this would be our solutions.
Sağolasın. This is our veterinarian.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Диарея. Диарея бакуташенки тест кадандакор. Нужно протестировать и посмотреть, если это бактериальный или хронический. Там можно это сделать. Is there any like a good testing?
I will give it to you.
Okay.
I don't know if we have it in Tashkent, but I will get it to you.
Okay, good.
What kind of test? And to you.
Okay.
No problem.
Тест когда мы кулем куташен. Боягон саул бошат гүйе тоже. Ha, qarangda, men o'zi bu sherabza savol bo'lsa nima qiling?
Yeah.
Like the vaccination scheme, is it which scheme is best to follow? I think it's like here, for example, in Uzbekistan, in most cases, I have to ask our veterinarian services to come in and do the vaccination. They don't push for it. They don't say, okay, it's a season for this FMD, or we have to constantly chase them. Is there like a program which has already been created for farms in Central Asia that
Yeah.
they should follow?
I will meet my veterinarian in Tajikistan in a week about.
Okay.
And he was making a special protocol what additional vaccinations we were asking for. And it doesn't matter if it's Hujand or if it's here. It's the same problem.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
are same region. We share
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same diseases.
And probably most of them you're doing, but you have to double check. Nee, also das ist wirklich ein Problem.
Yeah, I have. Seems like it.
We had the first we imported the animals, everything was perfect, and then the animals were dying. Yeah, okay, there's no vaccination, and these diseases are common because you have a lot more diseases, a lot more than we have in Europe.
Yes.
And in Europe, you're not allowed to vaccinate. That's the problem, because once you vaccinate the animal, this animal definitely has to go to export, and so the farmers don't do it.
Okay. The good farmers don't do it. Or all farmers.
Honest farmers don't.
Honest farmers.
Okay, thank you. Rahmat.